Hey y'all, and welcome back to We Seek Summits, and I am super excited to talk about today's oil spotlight oil, which is eucalyptus. Eucalyptus radiata specifically is the single essential oil produced by doTERRA, and this oil, how would you describe that aroma? Like it's reading the aroma descriptions.
Very opening, very bright. Like you just kind of go, it's like awakening.
Yeah.
It's a tree.
Yeah.
And you want to tell?
Yeah. So another name for radiata is black peppermint.
Yes. When we're digging into this, there are many species of eucalyptus. I think anywhere from 600 to 700. I saw different numbers. All of them originating in Australia. doTERRA actually uses 3 different eucalyptus that I could find throughout. So, like you said, the single oil, Eucalyptus radiata, is not the same one that is used in the blends.
Right, so we have On Guard and Breathe,
yes,
both of which have eucalyptus, but that is Eucalyptus globulus.
And little known is that there is a lemon eucalyptus that is a different species that's used in the Terra Shield.
The Terra Shield,
so you're
right.
getting all different kinds of eucalyptus.
So we've got three different eucalyptus, all very high in the compound cineol, which is also known as eucalyptol, which is an oxide. So,
so what about oxides?
Kind of unusual to have an oil predominant constituent. We're talking greater than 60-70% of the oil being this oxide, but then it's balanced with alcohols and a little bit of aldehyde, a little bit of monoterpene, and so you get this synergistic effect of being extremely antibacterial, antiviral, just a very cleansing oil. Yeah. And from that, you can see, well, yeah, insects aren't going to like that. It's going to be way too strong of an oil for them, so they're going to flee.
Yeah, they're going to flee.
But also,
the fleas will flee.
Yeah, you get these great expectorant qualities to this oil. So you see eucalyptus so much when you're dealing with respiratory issues. Yes. And also just kind of fighting the junk, when you kind of feel bad and you want to clear your airways, whether that's phlegm, sinus, mucus, just feeling bad in general. Eucalyptus is a phenomenal oil for any kind of those support.
As we were looking up and trying to understand more about the trees, it's within the greater myrtle tree family, which is huge. And within that same are all the eucalyptus, the clove, the myrtle, and also the melaleuca trees are all in there. So when you think melaleuca, which is tea tree, which is probably the world's most commonly used oil, and its cleansing properties, antibacterial, antiviral, anti-catarrhal, I was looking up a new one, and that's inflammation in the mucous membranes, and so it helps decrease inflammation in the mucous membranes, and eucalyptus is very, very high in all those properties.
Right, so if you're somebody who's putting together, let's say you need to put together a natural first aid kit, right? You want to get rid of the stuff that's in that little cabinet that's sometimes a mirror. Sorry.
Get rid of it!
Get rid of it. And you're kind of wondering what oils to put in there. Eucalyptus is phenomenal to add to your natural remedies first aid kit. I mean, you're gonna go for it anytime.
And you can use it a variety of ways. And actually, it's one that we got, because I know it's good. It's one of the earlier ones that we got. But I tend not to remember it. I tend not to pull it out very much, because when anything like junky respiratory comes, I pull out the Breathe. That's one, but the benefit of having the eucalyptus by itself is one, because it's a different species, you're getting the different molecular chemistries from that you're getting in the Breathe. Also, you can combine your own diffuser blends, or you could add this eucalyptus to the Breathe, put Breathe in and then add a couple more drops of eucalyptus.
Right. And I will mention, globulus is the most common, so if you just see a nondescript eucalyptus oil, it's probably globulus. And it's quite astringent. Like if you were to smell it, just when it's diluted with the other oils in On Guard and Breathe, you don't really notice it. I mean, it's there, but it's not super astringent. When you smell radiata, it's much sweeter. It's
a little
much
more mild, still very opening. Yeah. So all the variety of different ways you can use this. We keep in our shower, we keep a bottle of Breathe and a bottle of rosemary, which we'll use occasionally to you put a drop outside of the water stream and let the steam kind of make your shower a great diffuser. So with warm water, that's a great way to open up. Well, eucalyptus would be another one. So I think when we're kind of finished with rosemary, we'll try that. And that's just a great way to open everything up. Respiratory, you could make your own rub, and the eucalyptus would be a fabulous one to open for that because it's a great, great expectorant. Helps break up the junk there.
Just keep those airways clear.
Of course, the diffuser. What do we have? What did you put in the diffuser this time?
We have eucalyptus, juniper and Douglas fir.
Yeah, it smells amazing, y'all. It was 3 drops of eucalyptus, 2 drops of juniper, and 1 drop of Douglas fir.
Yeah, just a great cleansing.
Yeah,
it cleanses the air too. Like we were reading just how powerful it is as an antibacterial agent for your general air.
Yeah.
So if you're, kind of concerned about that.
Yeah, I think I saw a ratio of a spray with a 2% dilution of eucalyptus killed 70% of, I can't say the name, the gunk that was in the air. I don't know, if y'all notice that we talk a little bit weird, like we don't say things specifically, it's because we're not allowed to claim that oils treat, cure, heal anything. But they help a lot, and they're beneficial, and they strengthen your body to do your body's things, and they have great cleansing properties. We also can't name any specific things. So I'm sorry if it sounds a little bit weird, but that's kind of why we're sort of dancing around the things. Speaking of one which, there's a very specific virus which causes little sores on the mouth or in other areas, and eucalyptus combined with bergamot, I saw a study that said it was highly effective against that particular.
Yeah. So I just want to clarify real quick. So this oil is not recommended for internal use.
Yes.
It's recommended for topical and of course aromatic, like we've been discussing. Now you will kind of think, okay, Dominic, you said eucalyptus is in On Guard, and On Guard is safe for internal use. So, quick note, first it's the globulus in On Guard, where this is the radiata, and radiata has been, in extreme cases, we're talking extreme, like 15 plus milliliters in children has had some detrimental effects because of the cineol, the eucalyptol can be a bit strong to your body. So it is cautioned if you are at all concerned about the strength of it, that it can be a bit sensitive. It's just dilute it or use it aromatically. I mean, that's predominantly how we use it. Or as Jesse mentioned, we're going to put it in something as a rub or something like that. We really don't use eucalyptus neat, and we don't use it internally. But On Guard, it's the globulus, and it's also heavily diluted.
And the FDA has registered the globulus as the GRA generally regarded as safe for internal use. And again, as long as we use your oils and use them well, but we want to know that these are powerful cleansing agents. These are very powerful. So again, that's why we try and emphasize the safety. So we use eucalyptus. We haven't had a concern with it. Don't go down a bottle of it. Don't let your children down a bottle of it, but use it as you feel comfortable. And so if I had a wee little one, I would feel comfortable using it heavily diluted on my little one. I would certainly feel comfortable diffusing it, but that's up to you. So a lot of freedom there.
So note on if you're using it in a diffuser, kind of similar to the Douglas fir juniper eucalyptus blend, eucalyptus is going to kind of play that middle note in your blends. So that's a great one to try. If you have others, get in the comments. We would love to hear. We're always looking for new blends to try.
Great with firs, great with spikenard.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments your suggestions there on how to blend eucalyptus.
I think.
So let's talk about emotional therapy. So we focused a lot on kind of like immune, antiviral, antibacterial support.
Yeah.
How can we use a eucalyptus emotionally?
So this one was pretty interesting because y'all know, and I've said before that some of the descriptions in here I have a little bit of a hard time with them. Like they sound a little fluffy to me, and this one I was like all ready for something fluffy, but this was really interesting. It's called the oil of wellness, and you're like, well, yeah, aren't they all oils of wellness? But when it comes to the emotional side, there are legitimate concerns of, how would we say this, like mental blocks to wellness, mental blocks to healing, or negative, detrimental, toxic thoughts that keep patterning around disease or illness, or and I know that this is kind of a strange thing to say because as well as, I don't think we can quite clarify it, but it'll be negative thoughts like somebody, I don't deserve to be well, or, that I deserve to be sick would be the opposite of that. The only way that I can get a break from all I do is to be sick. I don't have the capacity to be well, or all these things that are very limiting. And then as you're speaking them over yourself and you're telling people like, oh, I'm just always sick, or you're just going from one bout of something to another.
Yeah, it kind of becomes that.
Yeah, it sort of
becomes your reality.
Yeah, it becomes reality. And so that can frequently be a mental thing, because we know how powerful thoughts are over the physical state of the body. And so, with that long description, eucalyptus is an oil that you can use to help overcome those negative things. That it is not only creating wellness in your body and keeping your body well and strong, but it's helping you to mentally desire wholeness, desire healing, desire wellness. And kind of break free from some of those negative thought patterns.
Yeah, so it is a real, it's just rejuvenating in that sense for your whole body. It's a great oil. I mean, if you haven't used eucalyptus much, definitely experiment with it. See how it makes you feel. I know every time I smell it, it's just like, it's just great. So let's jump into the applications, because we've kind of mentioned some. So definitely cleaning.
Yes.
So not only cleaning the air, but if you make your own cleaners, DIY cleaning supplies, eucalyptus.
And I saw a recipe for a cleansing spray. We usually use lemon and we mix that with a lot of things, but I saw a recipe for eucalyptus and peppermint and wild orange, and you can make your own cleansing spray with that. Like that smells amazing.
Kind of playing off the bugs is dust mites. So you'd be surprised, but I think the most common place to find dust mites in your house is actually in your mattress. And so if you make a spray that has eucalyptus in that, and you treat your mattress or your bedding with it,
and the dust mites will flee!
It's going to help control those dust mites. And a lot of people, so like, I was, as a child, went through some allergy testing, and one of the things that was flagged was actually dust mites. Not so much dust per se, but it's the dust mites that bother me. So, that's kind of a really good one. Maybe that's why I like eucalyptus so much. It just...
I've got my linen refresh spray, which I think I did the video that I used the linen refresh spray to clean my stinky workout gear, but you could also use that linen refresh spray, put eucalyptus in it, and use it to do all your couches, do your pillows, do your mattress when you change your sheets.
And, instead of some other products that are used for that kind of thing.
Use eucalyptus.
Your skin.
Oh yeah.
So tell us about skin.
I mean, I feel like we're saying the same things, but it's the same things. Like, these are very high-end cleansing properties, so same cleansing to your skin. So, you could add this to like a spray toner. It is in the HD Clear line of products. So if you have acne-prone skin, you can get that line of products and you're getting the benefits of it. Yeah. It's also good for muscle stuff too. It's one that it's very cooling but refreshing.
That's right.
So in the same way, it kind of mentally and emotionally, it sort of calms and awakens. So with your muscles, it kind of calms but awakens.
Yeah. So if you have elevated body temperature, either because you just are fighting something or it's hot outside and you want to bring down your body temperature, little eucalyptus rubbed along the spine is going to help that.
And the great thing about that is, for instance, like most people think peppermint for that, but not everybody likes peppermint, or peppermint is very strong. So, you can use different oils, like customize this. Like, this is about you and what you enjoy using. So if you like peppermint, use peppermint. If you like eucalyptus, use eucalyptus. If you don't have peppermint, use eucalyptus. And there's a lot of freedom.
That's a good point, because, maybe at some point we'll talk about this. It's a whole another topic, but the Aroma Touch technique actually finishes with peppermint and wild orange, and we do this on our kids. Try it once a week. And my daughter does not like peppermint, so you're using it in the Aroma Touch technique for those cooling properties. It just occurred to me, I can just substitute eucalyptus for that.
Light bulb.
Yeah.
As with cleansing, it's good for other cleansing things. So if you've got those ear things, cleansing there, cleansing the organs.
Yeah, I think we've talked about how basil is really beneficial to earaches and ear health.
But again, if you don't have basil on hand,
use eucalyptus.
Yes. Or honestly, y'all, like, we were out last night and my friend had some upset stomach issues, and of course I don't have digestin on me. I didn't have peppermint either. So I went and rifling through the few I had, and I pulled out past tense because it had some of those other ones. And so as well as, again, like eucalyptus, you might not have eucalyptus on you for something like your ear aches, but if you have On Guard, rub that on. Or if you have Breathe, even rub some Breathe on. Like, they don't just work for single use items. I mean, we use them that way. We think, okay, I've got something, I'll use this oil. but they really are pretty flexible and they're actually working systemically. So.
Yeah, and that's really, I think, part of the goal of going through all these oils is to give you that education so that if you're in a bind like Jesse was and you're like, well, okay, I know this does that or that has this, or you can kind of play around and substitute.
Yeah, so grab some past tense and rub it on your belly, even though past tense is supposed to be the tension blend, but it did help her. It helped her get through the evening and get home to where she can do all of her
That's the last one for eucalyptus is actually tension. So
yes, tension. And so that's, again, physical, so again, it'd be good in massage, but also mental and emotional to help release tension. So a really good way to use this that I'm going to try is do a drop in your hands right before bed, and it will open your airways because, of course, you sleep much better when you can breathe much better. It'll calm your mind, release tension, and then one of the many things helping go to sleep, because we know that sleep's a big, there are a lot of factors in there. So I'm going to try that one tonight. We'll put a little bottle of eucalyptus in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I think, okay,
awesome.
we got the decimates check.
Yeah.
Donk is excited to talk about that. He's like, ooh, we can,
decimates,
we can make a spray. All right, I think,
yeah.
I think that's good. I forget that this is one that's so powerful, so it's definitely one I'm going to pull out and use more. But next week, we're going to go on and...
What about fennel?
Fennel.
Sweet fennel.
Sweet fennel, to be specific. Yeah, so use your eucalyptus. Use all three of them. Enjoy, have fun. As always, please comment. Please share. Like, the whole reason we do these is for y'all to, hopefully it helps you expand your knowledge of these oils and then to be able to share it. And so honestly, as I was researching, I was like, oh, I saw this virus and I was immediately thinking of friends that I want to send things to. So share, comment, like, subscribe to keep getting notifications, all those things.
All the things.
All the things.
All right.
things.
See y'all.
And fight dust mites.